What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the brand new Bolt Fan Podcast. It's your boy Josh, and I'm back with my brother, the man, the myth, the legend, and we are here, unbeknownst to y'all, and until we tell you, re-recording an episode that we recorded already, and my dumb self deleted. So we are back, round two. It's gonna be better than ever. But what's up, dude? How you doing, Trev?
You took my intro, man. I was gonna flame you because I was gonna say it's not another episode; it's the same episode.
It is, but I took the approach of you ever seen the movie 8 Mile? When he starts with the final rap battle where he starts talking trash about himself and he's like, yeah, I am white trailer park trash. What you gotta say about me now, basically? And I was kind of took the approach of like, all right, I'll own my mistakes and then you got nothing. So
I think you just called yourself white trash. That's what I heard.
Now, you know, I've been called worse than that. So, but what's up, man? How you been?
It's good.
Oh, man. Trevor, you look like you need a hug.
I mean, right before we started here, we were just talking about butt rashes and everything on diapers, so on babies.
I'm gonna need you to clarify that for our audience so they don't think we're weirdos.
On babies.
Yeah, your baby's having a little bit of an issue right now, and so yes, yeah, y'all give Trevor some love in the chat because new dad and having some new
and
dad
I'm having
complications.
Having to re-record an episode we already did because I have an idiot brother as a co-host. So
yeah, you know. Hey, really quick, just on some funny stuff, just because you're talking, because we're kind of ripping on each other a little bit here, and it's fun. But I was listening to, I listened to the New Heights, because I listen to New Heights every now and then, with Jason and Travis Kelce, and they did an episode with George Kittle, and they asked George Kittle, because he's got his own podcast that he does with his wife, and they asked him, like, what's easier, recording with your brother or recording with your wife? He goes, oh, no, it's easily your brother. He goes, because I watch y'all, and y'all just make fun of each other, you make jokes, and no one gets offended. He goes, recording with my wife, I'm so afraid to say the wrong thing, and then we turn off the camera, and I'm going to go hide somewhere. And I was like, dog, I'm cracking up, because I've done podcasts now with my wife, and I've done it with my brother. And it's a lot of fun to do it with my brother, because we can make jokes. I'm like, you know what, I love and respect my wife too much to make some of the jokes I make to you. So, you know.
Ah, man, I let Lauren have it. She's one of the boys.
She's one of the boys.
She wouldn't have married me if she couldn't take me roasting her, so she knows.
That's funny. Well, all that's out of the way, man. We've gone into butt rashes and marital problems. So, Trev, what are we actually talking about here, man?
We are talking about Tuli Tuipolotu. I had to think about it. I was like, what are we talking about?
You forgot whichever.
I was like, which one? I didn't know which one you deleted for a second.
Yeah, well, to be fair to you, number one, in your mind, this should already be over because you didn't make the mistake here. But number two, we just kind of came out of a meeting before we came on and figured out like the next 5 episodes of what we're going and where we're going. So understandable, you forgot where we were at there. But yes, we're talking about Tuli Tuipolotu, and here's the deal about Tuli. Is that, so, a couple things. Number one, I was already thinking about doing this episode because he's probably the next player who's up for an extension on the Chargers. So, I think we can start off the question with, let's start here. Does Tuli deserve an extension? And I think there's a pretty easy answer. I think everyone on the planet agrees right now. So, go ahead and give me your take on that. Does Tuli deserve an extension?
I was looking for a paper to write down my answer because I was going to hold it up like a big sign. Because anyone who doesn't agree needs to learn how to read.
It's probably a Chiefs fan who wants him out of the division.
Yeah. The answer is absolutely yes. Yeah. That dude needs to get signed.
So let's get some history on Tuli. Goodness. Tuli came into the league. I know, I was like, dude. So it's funny. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. He came in on the 86th. He came in 86th on the NFL's top 100 list, and they did that exact same thing of all the people mispronouncing his name on every broadcast and being like, Tuli Tuipolotu. It's like, so like now I'm like all jacked up because I heard it said so many different ways, and they're all wrong. But anyways, so he is up for an extension. Let's give a little quick history lesson, really quick, because I actually didn't do this the first time, and I should have. So I'm glad we got an opportunity to fix it. He was drafted at 20 years old in the second round by the Chargers. So the reason the second round is significant, for those who don't know, most people probably do, but just in case people don't know, If you're a first-round pick, you get what's called the fifth-year option. So the fifth-year option is important because if that's why you'll see teams who are drafting like 34th try to trade into the first round. So when they draft that same player that they wanted, they're going to get the fifth-year option. Versus if you're a second-round pick, so pick 33 and on, you get 4-year contracts. So the team doesn't get the option on that last fifth year. So Tuli's in a situation where he's going into his 4th year, and if we don't sign him, he's a free agent at the end of this season. So you need to sign him. You need to sign him before the season starts so that he's not going into it, worried about contracts and things like that. It needs to get done during training camp. There is even a conversation that I heard that they said he is willing to do like a hold-in where he will come to all the days of mandatory training camp, but he won't participate in on-field drills. He'll just be working out off to the side. So, yeah, completely understandable, especially when you think about Rashawn Slater. He did the hold-in last year and then immediately gets hurt. If he would have not done the hold-in and he would have got hurt, he would have not got his contract. So you got to take care of the business. It's understandable.
Yeah, it's their income too. Like, yes, it's their hobby and their passion, but
yeah,
like it's still a business.
So with that being said, Tuli is up for it at the end. Like right now, it needs to get done. Here's the biggest things I wanted to highlight: is he's 23 years old. I don't even know if this kid's hit his prime yet, and last year he got 13 and a half sacks. So what we need to discuss is where should he land? Because obviously Tuli wants to be like, hey, I'm the next guy. Give me Will Anderson $50 million. I don't think he's going to get $50 million. But, Trevor, do you have anything you want to talk about on this? I know we kind of went through it, and I'll go through the list of Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the other thing that's come out, too, since we recorded the first one that I think is kind of bogus, it's everyone, all the bunch of Charger fans are upset because he got snuffed from the top 25 players under 25. Did you see that one? I haven't even.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't in the. Basically, he was saying he wasn't in the up and coming stars category, like what the NBA, like the NBA has, like the up and coming, like.
Yeah. No, that's that. I'm curious to know who would have been in that list.
I haven't looked at it, but he apparently got snuffed from the top 25 players under 25.
Wow.
After having the season that he did. So that possibly could weigh into how much he makes on this contract too.
Well, I think that the numbers of he had 13 and a half sacks and I think it was I don't have it in front of me, like 74 pressures this year. So if you look that up, it's like, dude, he balled out last year. And the funny thing is that everyone talks about, if you ask coaches and scouts what's the strength of Tuli's game, it's his run stopping. So he had 13 and a half sacks, and that's not even his best attribute. And I think about like LeBron James in this, like cross-sport reference here. People always talk about like LeBron's the all-time leading scorer, and yet his best attribute is his passing. It's not even his best attribute. So that's kind of how I feel about Tuli. Obviously, I don't think he's to the level LeBron is in his sport, but so with that, I think he's a high-level player, and he's only 23, and he's going to get better. He's just entering his prime. So with that being said, we need to figure out.
It's a good list, I will admit. Like I'm looking at the list right now. Do you want me to go through and read some of them off?
Yeah, go ahead.
So 25 is Colston Loveland, tight end for Chicago. 24 is Joe Alt, Sauce Gardner, Cooper DeJean, Devin Achan, Trent McDuffie, Drake London, George Pickens, Jalen Carter, Derek Stingley Jr.
Yeah.
Quinyon Mitchell, because this is all people who, it's not counting rookies either. So it's people who will be, just clarifying for everyone, it's people who will be 25 or under at the start of the 2026 season on September.
I'll say this. If Colston Loveland is 25, is number 25 on that list, I love Tuli. I don't think he cracks that list because Colston Loveland's one of my favorite players in the league. So
I mean, I'm not seeing any edge rushers on here though. Jared Verse
is the top guy.
Gonzalez is a dog, dude. Holy crap. Yeah. Kyle Hamilton, Brock Bowers.
Hamilton's under 25?
Huh?
I didn't know Hamilton was that young.
Yeah, he is 20. He will be 25 at the start, so it's 25 and under.
Gotcha. Okay.
Devin Witherspoon, Jameer Gibbs, Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels, Caleb Williams, Will Anderson Jr., JSN. Holy crap, JSN's.
Can't argue any of the list. I actually have no problem with him not making
Drake
this
May
list.
at 4.
Yeah.
Penei Sewell? Sewell?
Penei Sewell, dude. Yeah, the
I didn't know how to
right
pronounce
tackle.
it. Sorry.
Right
Puka's
tackle
at
for the
2,
Lions.
and then Bijan Robinson at 1. So I mean, it's a solid list. But I bring that up because there was a lot of Chargers fans who were upset about it, and it could possibly lower his contract if he's not in that top 25 like rising stars category. Like
I don't know how
think
much. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much it will because, like I said, none of those. There wasn't a single edge rusher on that list.
Well, that's not. Will Anderson was on there. There was another one too. I can't. Oh, Jared Verse and Will Anderson are both edge rushers. But,
okay. I was getting that,
but he's not. And respectfully, he's not better than either one of those guys. I mean,
and so
Jared Verse just got traded for Myles Garrett. Like.
Oh yeah, sorry. Will Anderson's. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, he's number 6 on the list. So.
And yeah, Will Anderson may be the best edge rusher in the world outside of Myles Garrett. So,
right.
I mean, yeah. So I have no problem with that list, to be honest with you. So, all right. Well, let's dive into this really quick because I wanted to get into this. So I will share the screen.
That's why Jared Verse was listed as a linebacker. That's why I didn't.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he's. So I did fix my spelling errors because when I recorded the first one, I wasn't planning on showing this. So I had 1.5 million spelling errors.
I think you needed to spell guaranteed right.
Yeah, I just kind of shorthanded stuff and didn't really care about the spelling because I was like, it's just my notes, and then we ended up sharing it. But so I put this Google Doc together.
Too?
I did, yes. Oh no, I didn't. I meant to go fix that one. Dang it. Here, Micah. There you go. Problem solved. All right. No, I still didn't spell it. That's not right.
I was like, that still's not right.
That's not right. Hang on. Now I'm screwed up. Now it just looks wrong and I can't figure it out. Why can I not spell Micah? Forget it. It's staying like this. We're moving on. So here's the deal. So on this list, these are the top contract guys in the league. The main thing that we need to know, Myles Garrett last year.
Or edge rushers specifically, correct?
Yeah, top edge rushers, money wise in the league. So Myles Garrett signed, and he held out and signed a big contract. If y'all remember, last year it was like this whole story of like, what are you doing, man?
I don't know, man.
Come on, man.
Keep talking.
So Myles Garrett, he held out and he signs this massive, record-breaking $40 million deal. The reason I say that is to bring this up. He's now the number 6 highest paid guy in the league at his own position. Now, needless to say, he outperformed that contract when he broke the sack record this year, but he held out, and then everybody else just barely jumped him, and then it got as high as Will Anderson signing 3 years, $150 million, $50 million per year, $134 million guaranteed. So that is a crazy contract for an edge rusher, and everyone thought it was nuts last year when Micah signed for $46.7 a year. And it's just like, bro, what are we doing in this market? I say that to say this. I don't think that he will be able to ask for any more than Myles Garrett. Because, yes, Danielle Hunter did. He got 40.1 just to barely jump him and be the highest paid for about 20 minutes before T.J. Watt came in at 41. And then Aiden Hutchinson came in at 45. Then Micah came in at 46, and then Will Anderson comes in at 50. So, but all those guys have a better resume than Tuli. Tuli keep in mind his rookie year, it was Bosa and Ingram, and he was kind of the third guy and didn't play a ton, but he was productive when he did play. Was more of a run stopper. Then we get Khalil Mack in the building, and it was Mack and Bosa. Actually, I take that back. He was never with Ingram. I'm sorry.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, we didn't
you're
have
right.
him that long ago.
No, you're right. I realized what I said. I meant Mack, and so he was there with Mack and Bosa for those 2 years. He didn't play a ton. Bosa leaves the building. Now it's him and Mack are the guys. So that was last year. Him and Mac became the guys, and this is what happened.
Up.
And he stepped up big time. So he proved that he can be a legit edge rusher in this league. So where does he rank here? I have to say this. I'll just put him in this. I think he's got to be below. I don't think he gets Max Crosby money. And the oldest contract on here that set the record when it was signed was Nick Bosa. When he signed for 5 years. I know it split the page here, so it's a little tough, but he signed 5 years, $170 million, $122 million guaranteed, with a $34 million a year annual average value. That's what AAV stands for. Like I said, I was doing shorthand notes, but AAV is annual average value. So Bosa signs for $34 a year. I think he might come in right at that. My guess is he comes in above Jalen Phillips at $30 a year, who Jalen Phillips was a free agent who just signed this year. So he just signed that $30 million a year contract like a couple months ago. Here's what I think is interesting to look at more than anything. Bosa signed 5 years, $170 with $122 guaranteed. Phillips signed 4 years for $120 with $88 million guaranteed. My guess is that Tuli comes in probably about 4 years, $32.5 million guaranteed, or $32.5 annual value, and my guess is that probably comes in about $110 million guaranteed. And I'll be honest with you. What's that?
You stole my prediction from the first episode.
No, that was almost. Is that not what I said last time?
I said you tried like doing the math, and I was like, I think he's gonna be 4 years, 130, which would come out to 32.5 per year.
You know what? You're right. I thought that was my own idea. That was
I
yours.
was like this little. He deletes the episode, steals my prediction, fixes his spelling so I can't make fun of him. Like, what are you doing, man?
I promise you, I did not mean to delete the episode. First of all,
oh my lord.
Apparently, you changed my mind on the number because I definitely thought that was what I had come up with.
No, because you thought he was gonna be like right at like the Jalen Phillips, not quite up to the.
You did. You changed my mind. It was a good take. It's a good take. That's why I stole it. So, okay, you give the take. Where do you think he's gonna land, Trev?
I'll just take yours then. I'll make myself look stupid, I guess. Slightly above Jalen Phillips at 31 AAV.
Yeah, that's about what I said. You're right. No, I think the 32 is a good, like 31, 32, yeah. AAV is good. And I think about $110 million sounds right. Like,
when I say that you stole my take, they were like $1.5 million off. Like, they weren't like, it's not like you were out here saying like, oh, he's coming in at like $20 million a year. Like,
I will say this: he's 100% gonna get paid more than Jalen Phillips and Josh Hines now. I think we have to recognize that. So that's a big cap hit. But you brought up a good point, so I don't steal your take. You brought up a good point last time we did this, and I do want you to talk about the salary cap and how it increases, because this is something we need to think about. Yes, We're going to pay him a lot of money, but every year for the last 5 years, the salary cap has increased. So go ahead and talk about that, Trev.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what I said. I got to sound smart again.
Oh, my goodness.
No, but I mean, yes, that's the point I brought up, was the salary cap goes up every single year pretty much right now. And so we already have the money to pay him. And keep in mind, this isn't until next year. But we have the money to pay him. And so then we're going to get even more of a salary cap to pay more money going forward. So if we can sign him on a somewhat lower contract while the cap is still at what it's at, and then it goes up within the next year or two, even if it's 2 years out, that's fine. Like, might mean we're a little bit tight next year, but they'll make it happen. They'll restructure contracts, whatever they need to do. Because like a couple million's not gonna like a couple million is not gonna keep us from a Super Bowl, you know. Like
no.
Like they'll figure out what they need to figure out. So then the cap goes up next couple years, and like then I feel like we're getting him on a really good deal. He goes out and balls out. They can always redo the contract if he's like starts putting up Myles Garrett type numbers, like, but. Take advantage of where the cap is at now, knowing that it's most likely going to keep going up because the economy keeps going up, everything keeps going up, so the prices, the pay is going to keep going up for the players too. I mean, we
Well,
don't see the pay going up in the real world out here, but like they do.
Yeah, well, yeah. Does my job want to increase my pay? Look, no. The other point that you brought up last time that I was trying to get at, so I apologize. I didn't
Yeah,
really
I don't
set
know
you
what
up. No, you're fine. I didn't exactly set you up for success on that one. You made the point that there's 2 points you made. Number one, very possibly Khalil Mack retires at the end of this year, and there's $18 million that gets freed up. The second part of this is if we sign him right now as the 8th ring, look at what happened with Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett reset the market last year at $40 million. Now he's number 6. If we sign Tuli as the 8th highest paid edge rusher in the league, by the start of next season, when the contract actually starts, he'll probably be the 14th highest ranked edge rusher in the league because there'll be 4 or 5 guys that jump him. And so they're going to use Tuli as their marker and be like, we need 100 million or 1 million more than Tuli. And so they're going to jump Tuli. So whatever we sign him at, legitimately by this time next year, we're going to be like, holy crap, we got Tuli Tuipolotu on a steal, on a bargain. So that's the point that you had kind of made last time that I thought was so, it was dead on and it was right, and I agree with it 100%. Because, yes, right now, the number's intimidating to be like, oh my gosh, $30 million. He's 23 years old.
Right.
He's going to sign a 4-year deal, and then we're going to pay him again at 27.
Well, it's intimidating because we just dropped Owe because we didn't want to pay him $25 million.
I think Tuli's better and younger. So
right.
I have no issue.
But if we're dropping Owe for 25 and then we're trying to pay Tuli 30 or 32 even, and it's like that can be intimidating. But yeah, that's the point I made last time. You're right. I forgot about the Khalil Mack. Khalil's retiring in like a year or two. Like he debated on it this year. Like 2 years tops, he's retiring. Like I pretty much would assume this is his last year. And as soon as that happens, we have money to put into the defensive line. Whether that's through Tuli or whether that's through going and signing someone else or like drafting someone else.
I was going to say, keep in mind.
He's going to be having like his 5th year. I mean, not soon, but like eventually, like we're going to have Mesidor to be paying. And so.
Well, keep in mind on this part. So if we paid Tuli right now, this is the other thing. You brought up Mesidor, which was exactly what I was about to say. We got Akeem on a rookie contract.
Right.
So his running mate is going to be cheap for the next 4 years.
Right.
So we've always had these, whether it's Bosa and Mack, Bosa and Ingram, and I even think back to Sean Merriman and Sean Phillips, like even back in those days. Like we've always had 2 edge rushers that are really good. So here's the thing that's so funny. We've got one of them who we all really believe in, Akeem Mesidor. Well, if Akeem turns out to be what we think he is, then we've got a cost control player here, so you can afford to spend. And then here's the crazy part: if you spend another first-round pick to get a third edge rusher in the room, great. If you want to go splurge and go get a free agent guy next year, you got money for it because you're not going to be paying another $30 million guy when you got those 2 elite guys. So you're going to go get a third-string guy that's maybe a veteran, like we did when we brought in Bud Dupree. So I think that there's a lot of options with this team, like roster construction-wise, even after Khalil Mack retires, because Akeem Mesidor was drafted at 24 years old and is going to play his entire prime on a rookie contract. So it sucks for Akeem. He's probably not going to make as much money as he should in the league. But for the team, it's perfect. We're going to get a player throughout his entire prime on a rookie deal. So I think it's going to be a really good deal. I think that the number sounds big to be like, 32. Even if he jumped Bosa and he's $35 million a year. Okay. That's a lot of money. And we just paid Derwin James, and we're going to have to pay, because here's the other thing. I already hear it already. The next guy up is Deion Henley as well. So Deion's got to get done too, but he doesn't have to get done this offseason. They can wait.
It's no secret. Like I don't think, especially right now, Tuli's not better than Bosa. And so it looks kind of stupid to pay Tuli more money than Bosa's getting paid.
I don't agree with that.
That's just how the market. You don't think he's better? Or you don't agree with the take that Nick Bosa's better?
Nick Bosa hasn't been healthy for the last 3 years, it feels like. I don't know that Tuli's not better than Nick Bosa. I think I actually.
If you're not on the field. Like,
I believe Tuli is better than Nick Bosa, so I really don't mind that. Now Bosa's got a history with the Niners.
right?
He's got a fan favorite, all that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
I think
there's
Tuli's
the previous history too, like the Super
yeah.
Bowls that he's won with them. Like, there's the
Well,
resume aspect of it too.
gotten to. They can't win because they keep running into Mahomes.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you're good.
Hey,
I know what you mean.
Mr. Irrelevant. Um, yeah.
Even Jimmy G got him to one.
I know. Yeah, but like the Super Bowl appearances and stuff that Tuli doesn't have, like there's the experience aspect. So there is that too, and so it makes it a little bit hard to say, okay, we're gonna pay him more than we're gonna pay Nick Bosa. I mean, but like that's just the market. Like that's
Yeah.
you can't tell me that like the other guy. I'm not looking at your list. The other guys on the list though are better than Miles Garrett. And he's the sixth ranked one. Like.
Yeah, I mean, no, yeah. Miles Garrett is clearly the best in the
always
league.
equate to best player is what I'm trying to get at.
No, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. I was trying to pull up the list, but we don't need to. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
It's honestly, it's just who the next guy is.
Yeah.
And so, Tuli's next up.
Right now.
He's the next guy up, and I think he's going to get about 35 million. And I think he's earned it. 13 and a half sacks at 23 years old is legit, man. Like, that's something you just can't. You can't replace that. So you're not going to go draft that. You're not going to go find that in free agency. You don't.
It's not like we had a cupcake schedule either. Like those were against good teams.
Yeah.
Like
no, that's right.
That wasn't even a dig at the Patriots. We're not getting back into that. But like it was. No, go watch the other episode if you want to hear my take on the Patriots.
Fraudulent Super Bowl. Never mind. Whatever.
But no, I mean like it's like those were good teams that he was getting those sacks against. Like
yeah.
So
well, so we're on the same page here. We need to sign him. We should sign him for between 30 and 35 million. 4-year contract would be great for him and great for the team because you're going to be able to re-sign him again at 27. And I would assume that third contract at 27, Tuli breaks the freaking bank with that one. You know the way the market keeps growing, but. So I think we got to back up the Brinks truck for him. 30 to 35 million sounds good. And then you lock in your core, and after Mac retires, your core is going to be Derwin James, who just got locked up. We just re-signed him. Tuli, who we're about to lock up, and Deion Henley. And I think you're going to have an elite playmaker at all three levels, and then you just draft around them. And so I think we're in good shape for the future. Joe Ortiz, man, I got to say, as someone who was a fan with the Tom Telesco era, the entirety of it, man, Joe Ortiz is so good at his job, dude. Like, he's been a breath of fresh air. I know a bunch of Charger fans, like, he's not aggressive enough. It's like, but he is so smart about the future and roster construction. We will be good every year. Now, are we going to be in the Super Bowl every year? I don't know. But I know that we're going to be competitive every year because of how this dude is continuously building the roster. So, but I think it'll be a good contract. You think it'll be a good contract? Y'all let us know in the comments if you're with us, against us, either way. If you think that you would sign Tuli, but maybe not for 35, you'd be willing to go 25, 28. Y'all tell us in the comments. And y'all make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, man. We just got a few more subscribers over the last couple days. So, sorry, I got kids. They're breaking into my room. But we just got a few new subscribers, guys, and I appreciate that. If y'all wouldn't mind, do us a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on the bell notification. Let you know every time we drop new content. It really helps us out. It really helps our algorithm. It helps us more than even you guys watching the content sometimes, I think. So if y'all wouldn't mind, I know I'm taking a second here, but make sure to subscribe. Help us out with this stuff. And help us build a platform where Charger fans can come and get good content. And then we want to hear it from y'all. So we love y'all. Trevor, you got anything else?
Bolt up, baby.
Bolt up, baby. Hey, we are 1 month away. 1 month, baby, from preseason football.
Yeah, football.
We get to cover. Look, I don't care. We get to cover a real game in a month, and you and I are going to get to do a pregame and a postgame on a real football game in a month. So I'm excited for it, man. We've survived the hardest time for content creators in the off season. Training camp starts soon, and we'll get rocking.
We started in the hardest time, dude.
Yeah, we started this thing in February, post Super Bowl. It's like, what are we talking about?
Like the week after the Super Bowl,
Yeah, we did. But hey,
oh, man.
hey, we're building, and y'all have been amazing through the process, and we're going to keep covering this team. And I can't wait to cover our first Chargers season as official content creators and media people. Even though I have no credentials to be a media person, but other than I love the Chargers and I've watched my whole life. With that being said, though, thank y'all for tuning in. And one last big announcement is we're recording this on Sunday, the 12th, and this Wednesday, I'm hopping on an airplane, and I'm coming down to see my boy, and Trevor and I are going to record an episode with our dad in a place in his home somewhere. I don't know. They're figuring all that out, but we're going to record together from the same room for the first time. Obviously, we live in different states, so I'm excited to, number one, come see you, your wife, and your beautiful baby. And I am very excited to actually get to record some content with you from the same room. So I think it'll be fun. And y'all make sure to look for that. And we've been planning some stuff for that, so I won't spoil it now, but it'll be really cool. So thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Bolt up. We love y'all. Peace out. Talk to you soon.